Alright, welcome to the Let's Shove cooking channel. Today we're going to be making a dry rub that we're going to use in the kitchen here to make some German style ribs and sauerkraut. But before we cook it, we got to make this and let it set together for about 6 to 10 days so that the flavors all start to blend together. It's a real simple recipe, so here we go. We're going to start off, we need a tablespoon of coriander, and I'm just putting it right into my big spice grinder here. Okay, next we're going to add a tablespoon of juniper berries. All right, next up we're going to add in a teaspoon of mustard seed, yellow mustard seed preferably. You could use brown if that's all you have. Okay, so that goes in, and then we're going to add in a teaspoon of fennel seed, we're going to add in a teaspoon of dill seed, all right, then we're going to add in a half a teaspoon of celery seed, and a quarter teaspoon of caraway seed. Caraway's got a strong flavor. We really don't need that much of it in here. We could almost just not even measure it and just throw in some shakes. It's about a quarter of a teaspoon right there. All right, now what we're gonna do is put the lid on this and grind it up. Okay, you can see it's chunky. We got some big chunks of juniper berry in there. That's all right, because what we're going to do now, before we pulverize this into dust, is we're going to add in some bay leaf. And I know what you're thinking, bay leaf in a dry rub. Trust me, you just have to have it. It's not the same without it. So I'm just going to break this off because we don't need that much bay leaf in there. But that's about enough to equal a nice sized bay leaf. And we're going to finish grinding this up. Alright, now you can see the consistency. We still got some chunks of juniper berries in there. Really doesn't matter if they're in that big of a piece, because once we start cooking, we just want this to fall off the meat and to start flavoring the dish. So now we're going to take this and dump it into our container and add the rest of the ingredients. So we're going to finish putting the ingredients together for this Black Forest rub. And it's pretty basic. We're just going to break it down. We're going to go in here right now. We're going to add some salt, just a teaspoon. We're going to add in a teaspoon of pepper. All right, a teaspoon of onion. A teaspoon of garlic, a half a teaspoon of thyme leaves, all right, a half a teaspoon of parsley. What we're going to do with the parsley is we're going to kind of break it up a little bit. So we want a half a teaspoon. But you can see it kind of is a little more than a half a teaspoon, but that's okay. Parsley's not big on flavor and adds good color, and it helps the other flavors gel together when you cook. So we're just going to take and kind of grind this up. If you find any big woody stems in there like this, you can just take that right out of there. But now we're going to add that in. All right, and then the last ingredient, nutmeg. Now in Germany they might use mace more than nutmeg, but mace is a milder flavored nutmeg. It's made out of the husk instead of the actual nut itself. But we're just going to put a little bit in there. If we had mace, we'd probably use a half a teaspoon. We're just going to use a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, in there. All right, and that's it. That's the ingredients. What we're going to do now is make sure we got everything in there. We're going to put the lid on, and we're going to give it a shake to just mix that up thoroughly. Now, if you smell this right now, it smells amazing. Wait 4 or 5 days and smell it again. After 10 days, all the flavors are going to be combined together and really make a great tasting rub. And you can use it for anything. Honestly, just tastes fantastic. Let's give it a smell. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, we're going to let this sit. When it's time to use it, you're going to love this recipe. Everything about it is awesome. So, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something today. Remember, you can like, subscribe, share with your friends, and don't forget, we have an unboxing and product reviews coming. Have a good one.